Folks, welcome to Santorini in Greece. Folks, my name is Brian. I rarely introduce myself on this channel because I truly believe in my heart and soul that this channel is about the channel, about the adventures, about the travels and things we do. Building a community, sharing in the comments what we do and how we can explore something, really maybe explore together. But in the sake of there being new subscribers, my name is Brian. I'm 54, retired, and have a passion for travel and adventuring and want to bring you along for the ride. Today, we're in Santorini, Greece. Santorini is an island off of Greece. It's on the southernmost point of Greece, actually. It's about 23 kilometers long. It used to be one whole island called Strangoli, which means round island. It used to be a great big round island, and then the volcano blew. And it's actually the caldera is what we're actually looking at now, which I'll give you a look at right now. If you can see in the distance, the roundness, that's actually the inside of the volcano. And this all used to be one great big island. I think it was 1613, the volcano blew, and it created this whole island effect. The caldera, which is all the way around, and the islands in the center. It created a tsunami, roughly 100 foot high, 115 foot high, and wiped out a lot of the neighboring islands. They say it's the third strongest volcano that actually erupted in this area. The first one being Krakatoa, of course. Many people were killed, and there was actually an undiscovered civilization here that dated back before the Minoans. Greek, Athens, all of the Grecian islands were one great big trading port, so it was very popular among them back in the early times. And so you can imagine with a volcano going off here, how many people, traders, boats, ships were lost. It's incredible to think about. So after that, the Minoans came back in. There was ruled by the Roman Empire for a little bit, the Byzantines, Cretians, until the Greeks finally took over and created what it is today. Friends, we are on the southernmost point of Santorini, in a town called Oa. It's O-I-A, but actually it's called Ia. In the Greek language, whenever you have an O and an I, it's considered an E, so it's Ia. Now, back in the day, they used to paint the buildings white. It's actually not a paint, it's a whitewash. It was a lime-based whitewash that was cheap and reflected the heat, kept the buildings cool in the scorching sun. The lime added an antibacterial property to them, fighting off disease and keeping homes clean. Tradition stuck, especially after the Venetian rule, when white became a symbol of cleanliness and purity. Santorini's streets were built by locals starting in the 1600s by using volcanic rock and pumice to carve paths into cliffs for safety from pirates. Most of the streets are narrow, about 3 to 5 feet wide, to navigate steep slopes. Cobblestones were hand-laid in patterns to channel rainwater to prevent erosion. Main paths connect the villages, with donkeys still using the paths for heavy loads since cars cannot fit. And all the beautiful streets of Santorini. All right, first Greek beer.
What do you got?
We are now on the other side of the island in Akrotiri. Whole different vibe to this area. Apparently there's some ruins that we're gonna go see and check out. Apparently the ruins date back to 3500 BC. Whole different culture here. And this is the prehistoric town of Akrotiri. actually doing a tour with a tour guide, so as we go through, I'll update you on everything that she says. Then you see how it goes down and how the structure is. This is how much pumice fell on this. All this smooth sand right here, all of this smooth, that's all pumice that's been covered over. 250 feet of pumice fell from when the earthquake when the volcano blew. After that, it's been plagued by a series of earthquakes. No big ones, but the last one was in 1950. artist's rendering of what the entire Acropolis complex looked like before the destruction. And now we can compare it to what it looks like today. The Parthenon is perched on Athens' Acropolis, and it was constructed between 447 and 432 BC as a temple dedicated to Athena, the Greek goddess of wisdom and warfare and patron deity of Athens. It was commissioned during the height of Athenian Empire under Hercules. The temple is made of pentalic marble, and it measures roughly 101 feet wide by 228 feet long. The structure is surrounded by 46 outer columns created in the Doric style. Its iconic frieze and pediments depict myths and scenes of Athena's victories through battle. In the center of the building, they created a 9-foot-tall statue of Athena that was covered in gold and ivory and used up 92% of the total wealth of Athens. So you can imagine how important it was to them. The Parthenon was not just a temple, but it was a symbol of Athenian power and democracy. And next we have the Temple of Athena Nike. It's perched in the southwestern bastion of the Athenian Acropolis. It was built around 430 BC to honor the victorious goddess Athena as a bringer of victory. It measures out at 36 feet by 27 feet and features 8 slender columns. Now, Athena Nike is best translated as the bringer of victory, and that's where Nike got its name from. Back in 1978, I believe, Nike was actually Blue Ribbon Sports, and they rebranded the name to Nike and had an iconic swoosh, and it invoked the ancient spirit of triumph and speed. And Nike never looked back and became the national brand that it is today. Now let's take a look at the Erechtheion. It's a stunning 5th century BCE temple dedicated to Athena and Poseidon, among other deities. It was built to replace an older temple and was completed in 406 BC. It has long columns, and the iconic porch features 6 graceful female figures as columns, which was a bold architectural choice back in the day. It was built to house sacred relics, and despite damage from the Persian invasions and later earthquakes, it remains a testament to Greek ingenuity and devotion. The Propylaea is a monumental gateway to the Athens Acropolis, which was constructed between 435 and 432 BC under Pericles to serve as a grand entrance to the sacred precinct. It features a central rectangular hallway with 5 doorways, flanked by Ionic and Doric columns, creating a dramatic transition from the bustling city to the hallowed temples above. The northern wing, called the Pinateca, was left unfinished due to the Peloponnesian War, but that's where they displayed all of their art. So folks, the Acropolis came to life in 550 BC. I guess they call it BCE now. It was erected by the Athenians, and it was meant to be a temple. Well, there's a couple of different stories. It was either meant to be a temple to honor Athena, it was a Roman fort or a Greek fortress, or it was meant to be a temple of worship. I guess all 3 can be true, but those are the popular stories right now. I'm thinking it was a fortress, or more of a stronghold, because it was certainly attacked many times throughout history. The first time it was attacked by the Persians, and the Persians did a lot of damage, killed a lot of people, set the Acropolis on fire. Well, somehow the Persians were an overwhelming army and technologically advanced, but somehow the Athenians still won. So it took many, many years to rebuild the Acropolis. And then after that, the Peloponnesian War began. And that was the war with the Spartans. The Spartans, without saying, won pretty definitively, but they didn't occupy for long. So then it came back into Athenian control. After that, the Romans attacked. And then the Romans had occupation for a while. The Byzantines, the Romans, and then somehow the Athenians got it back once again. And then in the 1800s, the Ottomans took control, where they had control for, I can't say how many years, but I want to say 80 to 100. Again, check me in the notes if that's true or not. And then it came back to Greece once again. And the temple is definitely seen as damaged, but they're rebuilding it as of right now. Hopefully one day it'll be restored to its greatness. Now all these rocks that you're looking at, this used to be ancient structures. And this is directly a result of the war with the Persians. All these structures were demolished when the Persians attacked. And when the Athenians ran them off, they never rebuilt. But they wanted them there as a reminder of future wars to come and that they need to be stronger and more prepared. There's a lesson there to be learned, folks. And that's going to wrap it up from the Acropolis. I hope you enjoyed this tour. We'll see you at the next one. Good afternoon, folks. Welcome to the Isle of Crete. Now, I gotta be honest, today was gonna be a day that I was just gonna stay on the ship. I was gonna catch up on some editing and just kind of relax and enjoy the whole cruise vibe. Well, I started getting bored. Then I went to Google and I started Googling things. 2 years ago, I was on this island and I was here for a few days and everybody recommended this one restaurant. And one thing led to another where I never got to get to it. So I never got to go. So I thought about it, well, where is it? And I Google it, and you'll never believe this. Sometimes life takes you where it wants you to go. I can see the restaurant from my cruise ship. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to zoom in on it that well, but I'll let you see. And then on top of that, there's a McDonald's here. There's a McDonald's here. I know exactly what I was thinking. We'll go shoot and get dressed. We'll shoot off the boat. We'll head to that McDonald's, see what they have, and then we'll head to the restaurant that I've been wanting to try for at least 2 years right now. So there you go. We're gonna make Crete an adventure. Come with me. I've been in. Not much different on the menu. They seem to have a lot of different chicken products, but I kind of stay away from burgers because of the fact that, you know, if you had one burger, you had them all, so I always try and look for something different. Cook's a little bit flatter than what we normally get. And maybe some Cajun seasoning powder on it or something to make it pop. Right, I'll see you at the next stop, folks. And there you have it, folks. Greek McDonald's. Now I will say, I finished my sandwich because the sandwich was that good, but it was maybe the size of a regular quarter pounder back at home. The French fries, didn't have another one. The jelly donut, I didn't have the other one because they gave me 2 in a pack. And then the wings, I think they're 5. I had 2 total. So everything was really good. Would I order it again? Yeah, I would, except for the fries. I would get the regular fries. Wasn't a fan of those wedge fries at all. Time, actually technically lunchtime. I have the salmon up behind me so you can see exactly what culture. We went to Athens yesterday and explored the Parthenon. We learned history there, what came before us, and where we are now. The one thing that I did do, we explored some caves, and that footage I just don't feel good about. There's a real awkward situation where the guide didn't want us talking. She almost scolded us like we're children if we talked. She wouldn't turn on the lights throughout the cave. The only where she was standing was she turned on the lights.